Hi everyone, this is Shannon Niedzwicki from the Office of Career Services. I'm the Assistant Director of Internships and Employment Development, and I'm going to talk a little bit today about preparing for life after college. It's really important to think about your college career or your college experience as stepping stone into getting to that next step. So I'm going to talk a little bit about all of the different tips that I have to help you through these next couple years, or if this is your last year, what you should be doing now to get you to that ultimate goal. Here are 5 tips that I have for a successful job search. And the job search entails internships, it entails on-campus employment, it entails part-time job search, networking. We're going to talk about your goals, defining your goals. We're going to talk about how to prepare for the job search. It would be amazing that if everybody who graduated just walked off the stage and walked into their dream job, but that doesn't always happen. So we have to really prepare ourselves for that next step. But then also getting experience as well. Networking is really important, and then we're going to talk about the follow-up. So know your goals, self-reflect. And sometimes that can be challenging for individuals, but it's really important to do some self-assessments, to do the focus 2, to think about all the different careers that are out there and what you like to do, but also what environments you thrive in as well too. Explore different careers. What can I do with this major? You really want to make sure that you are knowing everything that you need to know about each career, about each job, about your major and what it leads to, and what you need to get to that ultimate goal. Mapping out your plan and then starting with the end in mind. Of course, you always want to make sure that you know what your goals are so you can really create mentorship relationships and network around those questions. You know, what do I have to do to get to this goal? These are my goals. What should I be doing now to help me later? We have the career clusters with the Office of Career Services. We've developed 8 career clusters. And again, it's a great opportunity to explore careers. If you're like, I really want to be in human services, I really like to help people, we've designed these career clusters to really help you navigate that experience. So salary ranges, what US states have the highest paying salaries for these professions, example careers, employers that are hiring. You know, you might think, you know, everybody I know that works in human services works at the United Way or works at the Board of Developmental Disabilities in their county. There's so many other different jobs, and we're here to kind of help you explore those. We have career clusters in education, government and public service, business as well, art, communication, and entertainment, engineering, health and pharmacy, and science, technology, and math as well too. So again, these are just tools that you can use to help you navigate some of those career decisions. But even if you are ultimately set on your career, to make sure that you are just in the know, that you know the things that you should know to going to those next steps, because this will help you in the interview process, looking for internships, and also when it comes to your salary negotiations. The next step is to prepare. Look at your resume. Look at your cover letters. Use the Virtual Career Center. Make an appointment with one of our career consultants or student ambassadors to create a resume. Look at your resume. I've had so many students that have said, yes, I have a resume, I have it ready. And then we go to look at it and we show them some examples and we're totally redesigning their resume. So the resume will get you the interview will get you the job. And that's really what my philosophy has always been, especially now where we're all virtual and we're remote. So you have to stand out in the paper crowd. It's really important to have your resume looked at. I have my resume looked at, and I've been working as a professional for more than 15 years. So I have people that look at my stuff as well too, because sometimes you don't see what you don't see. So having someone look at those things are great. And then even if you're just starting off, you know, here's my resume now, what can I be doing to get things on my resume to help me for that next step? Then also use our virtual career center, which I'm going to talk about. Practice interviewing. Never go on an interview without practice, especially now when we're doing virtual and phone interviews. You really want to make sure that you're practicing. Talking about the Virtual Career Center, if you go into your MyUT portal, at the bottom left-hand corner, there is a section for University Career Services. Here are all of our virtual platforms that we have for you all. So use these. Use the Rocket Connect, find a mentor, Handshake, is important to use because all of our internship and job opportunities out there, we have a range from either 300 to 700 jobs posted weekly on Handshake. So use that to engage with employers. Big interview. This is the best interviewing platform that I've found, and you really want to make sure that you are using that before going on to interviews. Parker Dewey, micro internships. These are short-term internships, anywhere from 2 weeks to 4 weeks, doing remote work, where you can gain valuable experience. What can I do with this major? This is a great one that I just talked about on the previous slide that gives you some salary information, what careers are linked to majors. You really want to have all of that. And then also our candidate career video library. Learn from alumni that are in your field. What's the most challenging part of their day? Well, how did they get where they are? What advice could they give students? Use this time to really dig deep into our virtual career center. Here are our career competencies. These actually were created by the National Association of Colleges and Employers, and it kind of outlines all of the key competencies that employers are looking for. Oral communication is one. Critical thinking is the top, always critical thinking and problem solving is the top competency that employers are looking for. Global and cultural fluency, leadership, teamwork and collaboration, professionalism and work ethic, digital technology, and also career management. You know, career management is the key one because you want to be able to help identify your goals. You want to be able to see where you're going. And employers will ask you that, you know, why do you want to work for this company? What are your career goals? It's really important to outline those and talk about those. And again, our office can help you do that. Most of these competencies you all are getting through classwork, through your experiences on campus, but you have to do more than just put it on your resume. You have to show on your resume that you have these competencies. And sometimes that's hard unless you have really been getting some experience and getting involved throughout your college career. Getting experience, this is the most important. It's never too late to get experience, and it's never too early, honestly. I started working in higher ed because I was a volleyball referee my freshman year, and I started working in campus recreation. And then I found out about, you know, you go to masters, you go to grad school, you get your masters, and here on and here on. So my career has evolved. But I was a freshman, and then going into my sophomore year, I was getting experience by working on campus. We also have some great experiential learning opportunities. Again, on Handshake, there are multiple internships. I just had 2 companies email me this morning about posting internships in Cleveland and Toledo. So you really want to make sure that you're getting that experience. And sometimes they're paid and sometimes they're unpaid, but the experience is where it's at. And it's not only getting experience for your hands-on practical learning, but you're also doing networking as well as the experience part. Cooperative education. A lot of our engineering students will be involved in the cooperative education. The micro internships, Parker Dewey, any types of experiences that you can get through your college career will be important. Career Services has what's called the Rocket Ready program. This is a great program. This is designed for students who don't necessarily have a required internship in their curriculum already, in their program of study, but you get to plan internship goals. You get to prepare for an internship. You get a resume. We'll help you with your LinkedIn account. We'll help you connect with employers to find internships. Then you do an internship, and we will help you with the objectives and how you're getting feedback from your internship. What are your next steps? How do you thank the employer for your internship? The Rocket Ready program is a great program for all students to be able to gain valuable experience, but also learn from their internships. And really the goal is to have you get experience, but have you apply most of what you've been learning in the classroom and through your college experience to the jobs as well too. On-campus employment is another way for you to get experience while you're in school. Josh Bale is our student employment specialist, and he helps students navigate through getting on-campus employment. That's really what I'm talking about here: experiential learning, internships, student employment, getting involved with Office of Student Engagement and Leadership, student involvement and leadership. and being involved in clubs and meeting some of your resident hall directors, that's creating social capital for you. The social capital is what you're going to learn to use to network and what you're going to use to learn to meet other people. Who you know is really important, and it's important to get to use these couple years to network. And then also use some strategic job experience. You know, a lot of us, you know, I was a server, I was a hostess during when I was in my undergraduate to make extra money. And those transferable skills were really, really important to me to be able to put those on my resume. So make sure that you know that the jobs that you are in now are going to help you in the future, but be strategic about the jobs that you are looking for, but also how you're incorporating those transferable skills into your resume and your cover letter and your internships as well too, because most of us will have experience, but make it meaningful. Everything that what you do in college matters. I always say that. And it's important that you're using this time to build upon each other build each year upon each other to get to that next step. The Rocket Ready Internship Program consists of, you know, it's a great way to explore careers. We do a little bit of career exploration with you and planning. We do cover letter and resume writing, job searching and interviews. And then of course you get the internship experience and then evaluations and feedback. Our office has a lot of internship opportunities because we utilize Handshake and employers will contact me. So it's important that you are able to connect through this program so we can help connect you to those employers as well too. And we want to make sure that the company is a good fit for you and you're a good fit for the company. So it helps when you have somebody that's helping you along when you're in a specific program like the Rocket Ready program. I really, really highly recommend students to think about joining this program. And again, this program will be great for your resume as well too. Here's some tips from what I do is I send out a Rocket Ready guide, and we're working on getting this on our website basically in the next couple of days. But here's just a tip, you know, it's your life, your brand. So, you know, what you do on social media and what you do through your internship and your college experience, you know, that's up to you to create that brand. Here are some process things to think about. You know, how are you unique and add value through your identity and experience? What is your target audience? How do you advocate for yourself? What are the questions that you anticipate but might not feel comfortable with? This goes a lot with what I talked about earlier about the self-reflection. Make sure you're talking about your brand and, you know, how you were portrayed on social media. A lot of companies right now are looking at social media now more than ever to see how students are responding to COVID-19 and are they following the guidelines? Are they not? You know, a lot of that comes with work ethic and what they're looking at. So be very careful about your life and your brand. It's really, really important to make sure that you're aware of what your brand is and own it. Rocket tip, this was a student that I was talking to that actually went through our Washington Center program. She was amazed by the experience that she received by doing an internship. It's really important that you think about your future and networking. She claimed that networking was by far the most valuable takeaway from my internship, and she was able to get a job in Ohio from people that she had met in Washington. So you never know who you can meet in your internship. So really take advantage of that. Networking is really, really important. So I'm very big on LinkedIn. I'm going to do some LinkedIn labs called Are You LinkedIn or Left Out in the next couple of weeks to show students how to use LinkedIn, how to use Handshake. You can find jobs on LinkedIn. You can network with other professionals in the area, around the country. You can find mentors. I have mentors that I met on LinkedIn that I asked to be a mentor that wasn't necessarily tied to, you know, anybody I've ever met. We've only met online, and they've been huge mentors in my life. So LinkedIn is really, really important. Joining clubs and organizations is another way that you can network with as many people as possible. Use your faculty as well too. A lot of times the advisors for clubs and organizations are faculty and administration. So it's important to talk to them and say, you know, this is my goals. I'm looking for this, this, and this in the future. You know, can we go to lunch? Can we sit down? Can we talk? And then also community involvement, getting involved in your community, in your chamber of commerce, or even in your church, in your local schools. Again, that's a great way to meet people. Follow up. Follow up is really, really important. Always send a thank you, even if you're talking to someone on LinkedIn and you're doing a virtual session. You want to say, you know, thank you for taking the time to talk to me. Thank you for taking the time to connect with me. Also, ask to be in your network. Ask your networks to be your references. That's a whole nother presentation. Also, follow up with a phone call, email, and LinkedIn. Again, I was talking about LinkedIn, but if you network with somebody that you've talked to via email or even through your internship, try to find them on LinkedIn and connect with them and send them a note. Ask your network to be your references, and then always keep your eyes on the prize. And you don't need a new day to start all over. You only need a new mindset. Contact us at Career Services. Again, my name is Shannon Niedzwicki, Assistant Director, Internships and Employment Development, 419-530-2992. Thank you and stay safe.